Welcome back to Ochibawolf Collection if you guys are a subscriber of mine. And if you happen to be brand new here, my name is Brooke. I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan and collector. If you guys love Sailor Moon, if you enjoyed this video after you watch a few minutes of it, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and also hit that thumbs up button for me as well. It really does help my channel. So what I want to transition to is talk about all of the Kodansha English releases of the Sailor Moon manga. It is the same story throughout all of the Kodansha releases. And let me just put them in order here. It goes like this. We have 3 different versions that have been published by Kodansha. All of our English releases are following Japan's releases, except when it comes to our box sets. They don't get special box sets like we do, but these are all based on Japanese manga, and that's what we're following. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 2011s, is what the Sailor Moon community likes to call these, because they started releasing these in 2011. And these were based off of Japan's Shinsoban editions that came out in 2003. So there was a large gap of time between when Japan got it to when we got our versions. And of course, our versions are a little different than Japan's. Japan's sizes are a lot different, but the covers remain the same and the format. I know a lot of you guys probably own these. There are 12 volumes plus 2 volumes that they condensed the short stories of Sailor Moon into. And they also released a box set number 1 and a box set number 2 later, kind of like how we're seeing right now with the Naoko Takeuchi collections. Let's go from 2011 to 2018 when Kodansha gave us the glittery, sparkly Eternal editions. And our Eternal editions are based on Japan's Kanzenban editions. Boy, is there a great difference in those. The Kanzenbans are kind of small and our Eternal editions are massive. We like to go big or go home here. What I really love about the 2018 Eternal editions is the size format. I think that really what's set us apart in this release versus other countries. However, some countries got hardcover versions of these. I wish we got those. As far as the size of these, it's incredible to see a lot of the colored images in these sizes. These have the most colored pages out of all of the manga editions that we have. The pages are also glossy. They are heavy and kind of cumbersome to hold. These are like for the people who really want to immerse themselves in Naoko Takeuchi's artwork and see it on a larger scale. Besides how they look, there's another big difference between these two. The 2011s had a completely different translator than the Eternal editions. I think the reason why they did that was the 2011s were harshly criticized. The way that the translation read wasn't as natural as an English speaker would speak. So I think Kodansha took that to heart and they had a different translator translate the 2011. So these read a little bit more like natural English. For these, they went back to Naoko Takeuchi's original manga release and put the short stories back where she originally put them throughout her works. So only 10 volumes with the short stories embedded into each volume. That's actually a question I get asked a lot. Where are the short stories in the Eternal editions? And I always have to tell everybody, well, they're actually embedded into each volume. They're there, don't worry. We didn't forget about them. They're in there. 2018 to 2022 with the most current Sailor Moon manga release, which is the Naoko Takeuchi collection, which are the same ones that are in the new box set. So as far as page count and volume size, they are exactly the same. Both of these have the same page count of each volume, and they also have 10 volumes each with the short stories embedded also in the Naoko Takeuchi collection editions. They did go back and change a few of the terms and words that they used in the translation for the Eternal editions. They used the same translation as a whole, basically. They just updated and changed some things. And to give you an example, they called the moon stick, which the actual Japanese term for this magical item is moon stick. They translated it to moon wand in the Eternal edition, but they went back to the correct translation and changed it for the Naoko Takeuchi collections. Just small things like that, nothing too major. Where are the all-colored manga? Here's the latest. As explained earlier in this video, our releases are following Japan's releases. In Japan, they actually are working on coloring every single page of the entire Sailor Moon manga under the direct supervision of Naoko Takeuchi herself, meaning all of the colors are true to her vision. However, they're only up to volume 4, which is this volume right here out of all 10 volumes, and they've been working on this for years. Here's the other kicker. They've only released volumes 1 through 4 digitally in Japan. So I think it's safe to say if Kodansha ever finishes all 10 volumes of the Sailor Moon manga and they release it in a physical printed format, we will get it from Kodansha several years later in English. As of now, it's only available 1 1 through 4 digitally in Japanese in Japan. It's going to be a while before we get a physical copy of an all-color format. I hope to see that before I leave this earth. Get on it, Kodansha! Guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, double check and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm on my way to 30,000 subs. Help me get there. I'm all over on social media, so if you have Instagram, Threads, X, TikTok, any of those, you can find me at Ochibawolf over there if you want to see some other content that I come out with. Bye, guys!